Welcome back to Claudia's Universe. Today we're going to be knitting a dishcloth that looks like a waffle. So for this project you'll need cotton yarn, a pair of 6 US needles, scissors, a tapestry needle, and 2 stitch markers. The first step is to cast on 40 stitches. So first you'll need to do this type of knot. But instead of pulling through it, you're gonna put your needle through the hole, and then you'll start this easy cast on technique that I've showed in the past. It's basically you do counterclockwise motion and you repeat it until you have 40 stitches. And then to do the border of our dishcloth, we're gonna knit for 6 rows. For the people who don't know the basic knit stitch, basically what you need to do is pass your right needle through the stitch on the left needle and make sure that your right needle is pointing towards the back, and then you need to wrap your yarn around your right needle counterclockwise and pass the stitch through the right needle. And now we're going to keep on knitting for the next 6 rows. I forgot to mention that I'm putting a marker stitch after 3 stitches on each end because I want to separate my pattern from the borders of my dishcloth. Now that we've knitted our 6 rows, we're going to start with a pattern. The first row is quite easy. We're just going to knit all of the stitches. So for our second row, we're gonna knit the first 3 stitches. Then we're gonna purl the next 34 stitches. So you need to bring your yarn to the front, and now you need to pass the needle in the front of the left needle. That's what's different about a purl stitch and a knitting stitch. So keep on doing that until you hit your marker stitch. Once we're done with our purl stitches, we're gonna knit the last 3 stitches. For the third row, we're gonna knit 40 stitches. The fourth row is the most challenging one, so we are first gonna knit the first 3 stitches like we always do, and then once we pass the marker stitch and we're with our pattern, we are gonna purl the first stitch, so bring your yarn to the front, and now your right needle has to go in front of the left needle, and then we're gonna knit the next 2 stitches, so bring your yarn to the back, and then purl 1. So we are going to repeat knit 2, purl 1 until we hit the marker stitch. And then we are finishing with 3 knit stitches. So now we're going to repeat rows 1 to 4 for about 15 times until we have this squarish shape for our dishcloth. Note that the last time that we repeat, we are finishing on row number 3 and not row number 4, and then we're gonna go straight into knitting our 5 rows, skipping the row number 4 of our pattern. So now we're gonna have a nice border around our dishcloth. Yep. After we've knitted our 5 rows, we are going to cast off. It's quite easy. So first we knit the first 2 stitches, then we're gonna take the furthest stitch on our right needle and pass it over the second stitch, and then you knit another stitch and pass again the furthest stitch on top of the second stitch, and we repeat that until we have 1 stitch left on our needle. So this is our last stitch. So now we're gonna take our scissors and cut the yarn and pass the yarn through our stitch to make a knot. And the last step is to weave in our ends. I hope you liked this pattern. For me it looks like a waffle, and I kind of really like it. Let me know if you try it out and how it works for you. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and like if you did like this video, and you can watch my last video by clicking on it.